doing it again.
Again.
It's all right, though. It's all right. Good morning, y'all. How are you? Good morning. We are fired up. I think that pork roll that was in the refrigerator last night, I ate a little bit of it. I think I got a little belly issue. Now it's up, Connor. It wasn't a good scene at 1:30 in the morning at 3. I'm not going to elaborate on that, but I've had little stomach cramps going on, but we're here. We're rocking. We're ready to go. Did you hit the snooze button this morning? I still didn't. I'm not going to do it. Are you, Clint? Are you going to hit the snooze? Did you hit the snooze button this morning, Clint? I see you peeking in over there.
No.
He did not. Who did? You did again.
I did again.
Bro.
But I didn't let it catch the snooze. I didn't catch the snooze. I just hit it and I woke up before it caught the next alarm. So technically I have
What are you hearing? What are you hearing right now?
Excuses.
Bullshit.
Excuses.
Yeah, you're hearing a lot. I'm hearing a lot of it. Yeah.
I don't have them to hit, so I just.
Okay. So why don't you just take snooze off of the alarm, and just when it goes off, put the alarm like a mile away.
But my biggest problem is I get out of bed, climb
Your
down
biggest
my
problem
ladder.
is Drew.
Yes,
Let's
that
just
is
say
my
that.
biggest
That's all.
problem.
That's you can just stop there.
That's the biggest
That's
problem.
what I used to have to do. Put it all the way across the bedroom,
Yeah,
so that way
yeah.
when it goes off, you're already
Yeah.
up.
I'm out of bed and then I get back in bed.
And I get back in. Put it in the bathroom. Everybody will hate you then. We got to welcome Will with a clap this morning. Let's clap it up. Welcome Will. Yep. So this morning's topic after we get going. So remember, if you're new to this, no snooze button. All you're doing is saying that you're ungrateful. You're not thankful for waking up this morning. That is no way to start the day, okay? Don't touch your phone if you have Facebook. No scrolling on Instagram, TikTok, none of that negativity. Wait an hour. Let's say good morning to a couple people. Chris, as always, good morning, Chris. Hey, Chris, May 1st, we're thinking about going to a Phillies game. Are you going to be there? Let me know. Randy, morning. Trevor, morning. Jerry, good morning. Anthony, good morning. Thank you for welcoming him, Trevor. So get up, get your gratitude written, 5 things you're grateful for, 1 thing that you remember feeling grateful for, remember feeling thankful for. Jamie says she woke up before the alarm even went off, Drew. She's got you smoked. So keep going, Jamie. Keep going. Remember that feeling thankful. Remember feeling thankful. Okay? There's a difference between writing what you're thankful for and you want to go back to that feeling. Remember something that happened in your life that you remember feeling thankful for. The birth of a child. Something that you provided for somebody. Something you gave to somebody. That feeling of fulfillment and gratitude is pretty cool. Write that down, okay? In the new books, we have this spot here that says notes and follow through. You want to write down your notes for the day and things that you have to follow up on or follow through on? Good morning.
What's up?
How are you?
Amazing.
You look great today. I just want you to know that.
Thank you.
Okay. We're going to keep going now. Then you're going to write your goals. You got your goals for today, goals for the month, and then your dream. Did you write your dream today?
I did.
Okay, good. Do you want to share it or no? Are you embarrassed right now? Does it have to do with the bearded dragon?
It has to do with Kentucky.
All right, good. All right, good morning, Danielle. So then you have your schedule over here in this book. You got your schedule to write what you're doing today. Man, make sure you're consistent on this thing. Make sure you're consistent, and life's going to change. So let's read the quote. Who's got the quote for today? Drew, Rocket, go ahead. Let
Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything.
Whoa.
That was
Read it
deep.
again. I like this one. Oh, your second person's getting to
Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. That's deep.
Man, I like that one. That one just kicked me right in the buttocks. I like that. What do you think of that one, TJ? Did you hear it?
You don't even have to
You didn't
slow
hear
down.
it? You got to get in here. You're going to love this one. Get in here. So in the mornings, we have half the guys eating breakfast. Some of the guys are in here. But this is a really good one. Go ahead, Bo. Read that one out loud. We're going to read it one last time because I like it so much, y'all. And I know it gets boring, but it's too bad.
Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything.
Anything, not even your underwear.
Everything.
Jesse just sits there. He goes, dang. Yes. I love that one. Good morning, everybody. If you're just tuning in here, make sure you go through your book. Make sure you tell the truth, right? Be honest with yourself. So let's talk about something this morning. Let's talk about this all-important word. This is the word of the month for us. Man, that word commitment. We talked about it we had a little group session here yesterday that was super powerful, you guys, yesterday. After we turned the show off yesterday, we had a group. We have some guys here that are struggling. There's always people here struggling. The truth is I can be struggling one day and Bo can smack me upside my head and move me along. But I talked a lot about commitment yesterday, and then when talking to some other people yesterday, it was weird. That word commitment and committed came up yesterday. And I want to talk about that word commitment. If I look at my life when I was running, gunning, selling drugs, and doing the negative things I was doing, right? I was 100% committed to wrong. No matter who it hurt, from family to loved ones to people that didn't deserve it to my kids, right? I was committed to wrong. All in, 150%, every day, all day. I was committed to me. I was committed to getting high. I was committed to for some reason, I don't know if you remember, if you all still have this little bit of feeling in you, like I didn't feel right unless I was doing wrong. That scared me. You know, that I didn't, my normalcy became hurting people and wrong. So I was committed. I was fully committed to that. So what is commitment really? Really, commitment to me is like giving. Good morning. Good morning, Devin. Thank you for coming in. Giving time, energy, resources to something, right? That's really what a commitment is, where you're giving all you have to something. You know, what anybody else want to say? Like, what's commitment to you, Drew?
Following through.
Following through. Mm-hmm. But like there is no, like it's that word we say, there's no half pregnant. You know, we have that little phrase. There's no half committed. But when I look at it, you know, I look at the people that we've helped. I look at the motocrossers I've helped, right? And the first one was Nico, right? Nico Izzy. And I remember his video. He says, I've never been fully committed. If you watch that video that Wes did, I've never been fully committed to anything. I've never been fully committed to racing. The dude had a ride with Factory Suzuki, like one of the biggest paychecks ever. And he was like, I've finally figured out how to go all in on my riding, all in on myself, and all in on my diet. And that's like, that's what I see the difference being in sports and everything else is the level, like you see it, the level of commitment of a Dungey, the level of commitment of a Roxon, the level of commitment of those guys is just, it's insanity. Like when you look at the amount of work they're putting in. My Aunt Joe said, "I'm so thankful I missed those years." I am too, Aunt Joe. But I think you felt those things. You felt those things on this side of the Cobb family for sure. You've experienced it, and you're awesome for getting through it. Jerry, good morning, Dreama. Good morning, Dreama. Aunt Donna, good morning. Yeah, it's really this ability to, for me now. So I look at that, and a lot of times when I speak at anything that has to do with recovery or addiction, people are like wondering if they're capable of being all in, capable of being committed to this lifestyle, capable. And my answer is you have to be. Like, look at what we went through. Look at what we went through to get high and drunk. Look, get that mic. Get that mic.
You got to have people around you that are committed to make you stronger.
Oh heck yeah, that's awesome. You have a committed team. You know, like Dungey had. Like you've seen it your whole life with racing. Like it wasn't just the rider; it was the team that was committed, right? Yep. Yeah. So, but in the same way, I put the negative, dark people around me when I wanted to go the other way. It was always that case. I made sure I hung out with like-minded people, and no matter what end of the spectrum I was in. And what was crazy is that I was living I don't know if anybody else was. I was trying to live this double life. I would have my business life where I tried to hang out with successful people, and that clock struck like 6, and I wanted to hang out with another crew of people to turn it all off and be as dark as possible and almost hide and pretend that I was these two different people, and that stuff's scary. So, but I want to talk to people that are on here, maybe that are in recovery groups that are listening to this morning, that you are capable of being committed to something. You've committed your life to drugs and alcohol to get in the seat that you're in, or in the bed that you're in rehab or wherever you're at. So you have the ability. Actually, I think you the way we're pretty gnarly people to stay up for 5 days, 6, 7 days straight, you know what I mean, and commit our life to doing what we do. I always tell everybody, if we were going to war, I'd want you all with me but we won't sleep. They'll sleep, you know, and he'll sleep quiet. That's the really important thing, right, Joe? Right, Joe? Quiet. You know what he said. So it's this thing, and I see this. That's it, Chris. Committed to sobriety, committed to being consistent. You know, I see a lot of times. I don't know what happened with my mic right there, but I can't hear myself real well. I don't really care, but I can hear myself no matter what. It's this 1 foot in, 1 foot out in life change. You know, like where are you people that are online here with your career, with your finances, with your dream? Most importantly, with that goal of that dream. Like, if you're going to achieve the dream, the only people that achieve the dream are not the ones that have it handed to them. They're the ones that fully commit to it. And when they write it every day, they commit to doing the work to get there, to become what they're thinking about. And if for me, like, I have to look at myself at you know, of the parts where I'm having trouble being committed to, and it's wild. Like I talk about a lot, that physical commitment, because the amount of pain that I'm in at times, and what I go through. But I still need to be mentally committed. And good morning, Dream and Knox. Good morning. You know, it's really important that you guys think through this morning of your level of commitment in the day. That's the only way you're going to simplify it. You know, to look at you say you wrote your dream this morning. To look at that dream, it might get overwhelming to be like, oh man, like getting to this. I've seen a lot of people where they're like, man, getting to this, I don't know if I can do it. But I know that I can put, I know that I can put the work in today and be committed to today to get there. If I get myself out there of like, well, I got to be this person. Sound familiar there, TJ? If I got to be this person, it's going to take this much work. It's going to take this much time. And all of a sudden my mind starts going and racing. And, well, how do I do this? How do I do this? What's going to happen if I don't do this? All of a sudden we take ourselves out. And that's what I see with people a lot of times, you know. So if you can do the committed part one single day at a time, life is going to come together. And there's a big difference here. You know, especially in sports, we hear about talent and commitment. And the two, don't mix the two. Talent is really simple. It's easily seen. It's Jason Lawrence, right? If you're a motocrosser, everybody in the world knows the name Jason Lawrence. Like, talent through the roof, committed to wrong for a long part of his life. You know what I mean? And kind of dramatic and things like that. So, you know, we can't get cross those two up. You know, tell me if you're on here, y'all, tell me something that you've decided to be committed to, and you'll figure out if it's a commitment to something. The way it works best is if it's purposeful. Like, are you guys committed to anything in here? Like, Jake, are you committed to anything in here? Like, have you decided to be? You can move up to the front seat here. What have you decided to be committed to? Any of you? Just take your time. I'm up here, sir.
Thank you for being so patient.
Yeah, I'm patient.
To just do my best that I can do every day.
Okay.
And it makes what you're talking about a lot easier. Like the dream. What's so funny?
My buddy Ray, he put no talent is Ray. Good morning, Raymond. I love you, buddy. I miss you, man.
It just makes what you're talking about, the dream, a lot easier. Like if you just continue to look way ahead, you're not focused on making the steps and taking the steps you need to take every day to achieve it.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's talk about the other commitment, relationships. That's it. My Aunt Donna just wrote my marriage. You know, anything in life that's worth having is going to take full commitment, and it's what we didn't do very well to anything but ourselves. If you look at our lives of the lost side, the failed side, the dark, the evil side, I was committed to serving me and me only. That's it. Nobody else. It was all about what I could take. I was committed to taking from everybody, and I feel like I've committed my life at one point when I hurt enough. You know what I mean? The hurt like was so deep and had nothing to do with the drugs and alcohol that like I decided to commit myself to something else. I committed myself to Sick Recovery Racing, and I committed myself to Soul, and I truly committed myself to helping another person. And once that happens, like, and you get out of the way, holy crap! Like a relationship, a relationship takes full commitment. I mean, you have to be committed to your time, to communication, to trust, to love. But man, I don't know anybody that's come in here. There may be a few that they come in here and their relationship's just great. I don't know anybody really that they come in here. Oh, I have the best relationship going on right now. She's so happy. Well, number one, she's nuts if she's happy with you. But two, like we've committed to nothing to them. We and a partner, somebody that's in a relationship with you guys, they need commitment from you. And how well have you done? I saw you grab that mic, TJ. How well have you all done committing in a relationship to serving that other person? Not too well, huh?
I never committed to any relationship in my life. Like, it was all about me, and just coming here, that's what this has taught me, that relationships and committing to those relationships is like the most important thing I could do in my life.
Yeah. And it's wild that we can be committed, like especially a guy like you. I watch your level of commitment in some things for a short amount of time, and it's really impressive. A lot of us, we can get out of the gate and we're fully committed. But as soon as we find an alternative route, we find a little side road that we can go off of to maybe it might make it a little easier. You might not have to go as hard. It might be more entertaining, this road. That commitment level just goes to boom, gone. The commitment is gone. And I want you all to know, like, this isn't just for the guys in here. Everybody, if you are not committed to your dream, I lived most of my life with the opportunity to reach my dreams. Financially, at a young age, I had the opportunities with the construction business my family had to become whatever I wanted to become from a career standpoint, from a wealth standpoint. And I squandered it all because of a lack of commitment. And many other things that stood in the way. But when I look back at it, my family was not committed to each other. My family that was involved in this was committed to self. They were committed to what they wanted. It was not a commitment to love each other and to work through any problem. And sometimes business, that's what happens in family business. That's what happens in partnerships. The commitment in the beginning for a partnership is really tight, and there's this great bond. And then all of a sudden there's a difference of opinion. There's a difference of desire, and somebody wants to go a different route, and the commitment is just instantly broken. And you see that. It's what's crazy is you see that a lot with relationships, friendships, family. In a minute, the commitment can be broken. The commitment to, look at the divorce rate today. Look at the divorce rate is through the roof. They're not committed. Because as soon as somebody else does something wrong and somebody makes mistakes, right, the commitment's over. A commitment isn't something that you take back.
Well, I think that's just because a lot of people in today's culture, like, they base relationships on acceptance and agreements. Like,
absolutely.
If you accept with me, if you agree with me, if we're on the same terms, we can be friends. But if not, like, stay away from me.
That's right. Love and they think love and agreement are the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's not the truth. That's not reality. Love and agreement are two totally different things. Maybe that's a day for another topic. But are you completely committed to something? Anybody? Does anybody else want to say what you're committed to? Like Elliot, you're the guy that's running the farm. Are you committed to winning at the farm? Are you do you think you've been fully committed? You've decided that?
I think there's more that can be done.
Can you turn that on or no?
You got to turn it on.
You got to turn that mic on. You got to hit the switch. Okay, I know it's not goat milk or anything. It's not eggs, but you're going to have to figure that out over there. All right. Come on. You ready?
Well, so I got
I still can't hear him.
Can you hear me?
I hear you now,
All
buddy.
right,
Go,
I'm
go,
here.
go.
So I find that I took on the challenge to run the farm and both the cafe. What I find is between the two commitments, I end up choosing one more than the other. And like right now, the cafe's winning in terms of what I'm putting my time
Yeah.
into.
Yeah.
So I think it's more of a balance thing than it is a commitment thing.
Okay, so now this is a great example. What does Elliot need to do if he notices that his commitment? Because for us, we wanted to tie the Soul Farm Stop and Go, not cafe, to the farm, right? Because we want to use the foods that are coming off the farm in the Stop and Go in this little eatery that we have. What does he need to do? This goes with relationships too. When you feel like your commitment is getting stretched, because that's a great point. We can't be committed to 20 things. We can't be committed to 20 friends. We only have so many resources. Like I can't commit to this mission. That's why I stopped speaking so much. Like I can't commit to doing what I'm doing and speak at churches like I was trying to go down that road and raise awareness in what we're doing. Like I got to slow down. This year I made a decision that I needed to be committed to this and not have numerous commitments, because I'm really freaking good at that. I'm like really good at taking on a ton of commitments and destroying myself, right? So what do you need to do to make sure that you have the commitment of the farm? And the same thing you're going to have to do in a relationship, in business. What's he going to have to do? Who said that?
Have a committed team.
Have a committed team and ask for help. All right, who wants to pick up the slack on the Stop and Go? Like, that's the answer. But that hasn't happened yet, has it?
No.
And then involves with commitment. This is so great that we're doing this right now. Fear steps in, fear jumps in, and like, well, I don't want to let anybody down. I want the challenge. But if you notice that your commitment, and this goes out to you all out here, right on Facebook, if you notice that your commitment is being like stretched and you're unable to do it, you got to talk about it. You got to say, hey, this is a little too much for me. I need to be committed to this one thing, and I need a little bit of help in the other, because this wouldn't take a big commitment, would it? It's just going to be a little bit of time.
What's that, the cafe?
Yeah.
Oh.
Compared to like the everyday grind of the farm, the everyday go of the farm. What was
I mean,
that? Was there
they
chicken?
both, I feel like, because they're both, like, none of these are mastered yet. There's still a lot to learn in both departments. So I think there's like a whole education process that I'm really trying to fight through.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the tough part. So like, I'm not trying to look at doing this job like I'm gonna master it and really truly know what I'm doing in a even 1 year span. It's gonna take more than that to be able to delegate and truly know the process is going on.
Yeah.
So,
but you can decide.
I'm trying
to
commit to learning.
There you go. That's it. That's what everybody here needs to commit to, learning. But in that, don't quit.
Right.
Like, there's no quitting, and we're really good at wanting to quit. Like, there is no quitting when you commit, because we all get this yesterday. I think it was Jesse said, once I started quitting, that was almost like it snowballed, right, Jesse? It was like you were like, once I remember the first time I quit, and then it was just easy to do that more and more and more and more and more. It became almost contagious, right? Yeah, and I thought it was super insightful, that conversation yesterday, that when you talked about that, like, I remember when I began to quit, and then quitting became an option because I figured it out. So now we need to figure out the opposite side of working through commitment. Okay, and I went long here today. We're going to get out of here in a second. Working through the commitment to build confidence, like doing the work, being part of the journey to get to the other side of that commitment. Whether or not you reach the goal, take the expectation out of it, but commit. And a lot of people just really struggle with that because quitting is on the other side, and that's easy. And that's not just in here, that's in society. We talked about that yesterday. I had a buddy that posted something that said, his restaurant's so busy that the people working in it are walking out because it's too hard. Like, that's the level of quit we have. No commitment, zero commitment. So stop living life 1 foot in and 1 foot out, right? Commit. Take the expectation out, right? Because you're going to screw yourself up. Just be in it for the journey and commit. All right, y'all. It's Tuesday, right? It's a big day today. It's games for us tonight. We have a short week here. We're going to our retreat this weekend. So we won't be here Friday. But we'll be here until Thursday morning. I just want to thank you all for tuning in today, and please share this all out. Share this to everybody that you know may need help. And if you want this book, hit Connor up on here. He's the producer of the show. Everybody give it up for Connor. He's doing a great job, producing the show lately. He is just the man. I wish I had a camera on him right now. All right, y'all. Have a great day. And remember, whatever you do today, do it with soul. Peace.